All right, I'm gonna start. I had to start recording again, so it'll be broken up a little bit. But in any case, now I can get into the firehouse even if they aren't here. So they just gave me a way to get in. So that's good.
Oh,
Anyway,
good.
like I said, the back judge, unlike the wing officials, the back judge is out in the middle of the field. And sometimes the officials in the middle of the field do get caught up in the action. So the back judge needs to stay well clear, 20 yards deep. If you know they're not a passing team, you know that they run the ball all the time, then you may want to be 15 yards deep. But I'm going to show a play right here just so you can kind of see because this video it's rare to find a video from a high school game that actually shows the back judge. But if you look at this video, the offense is the dark blue team. You can see the referee with the white hat. You can see the wing at the bottom of the screen here. You can see the other wing at the top, barely. And this guy over here in the middle of the defense is called the umpire. And you can see the back judge is well clear. You see that?
Yeah,
So he is
20
5,
yards. Good.
10, 15, 20. So he's about 20 yards back. Now, whatever level you are comfortable at being, some back judges prefer to be more like 18 or 17. Some back judges are really not moving as well as they used to. Maybe they're older officials. They start at 25. But
Okay.
either way, the average is 20. The mechanics book says 20. When you're at a good distance, you shouldn't need to move when the play begins. You should already be in good position to read the play. So we're going to read the play. So I know we don't have a camera from back there, but as we start watching the video, what we can see is the offensive line fires out and it's a running play.
Yep.
And if you look, the back judge takes almost 5 steps straight backwards. And then what does he have to do?
Come in.
Then he has to come in. So, my recommendation, this is for all new officials, if you're working back judge, just stand still, read the play. They're not going to be right on top of you right away. And if you read run, you don't need to move backwards. So you can move, if you do feel like you need to move, you can move left and right, maybe to read blocks, to see what's happening. Because on a running play, your job is to read blocks out in front of the action. But before the snap, you're going to be relatively distant. So most times on video, we're not even going to see you. I will show another play that will give you a better idea of what I mean by on video normally. Oh, this is the same play. All right, I'll go into, it's the same play. Oh, I must have messed up the link. Well, I'll just show this third play. I'll have to go fix that link. Can you guys hear me? Did I lose signal again?
No, we're all right.
Oh, good. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is play 3. Okay, we're in a different field situation at this point. We're snapping from the 18, no, actually the 13-yard line. So it's physically impossible to be 20 yards back in this situation. But what is important about this play is that we have the goal line much closer to the offense now than we did on the previous play.
Right.
So the back judge on this play is responsible for the goal line, but he's also responsible for the end line. So when you're at the 13-yard line, you're going to need to put yourself in a position where you can cover either line. So generally, you want to be able to be fluid. You want to be able to move. And in this play, he's picking a position to be able to see the receivers clearly, and he's in the middle of the end zone. You see that?
Yep.
So again, he's close enough that he can come forward on a pass play, on a running play. He's close enough that he can hold and then maybe go back to the end line if the receivers drive him deep into the end zone. So let's watch the play and just see how he adjusts. So running play didn't go anywhere, right? So no reason to move anywhere, right?
Right.
Or what or was there a reason maybe where he should have moved a little bit more
Well,
urgently?
I guess once you read it's a run, uh, the kid breaks a tackle and it could be a fight to get to the end. You might want to be closer to the end zone because the back of the end zone is now
Yep,
doesn't
that's
matter.
exactly right. Couldn't have said it any better, Max. That's excellent. Yeah, so let's look at the next play because I think that's gonna be emblematic of that situation. Yeah, the back judge only gets noticed on most plays when he isn't at the goal line when he should be. Because again, like on this play, we can't even see the back judge. And we're at the 20-yard line. Let's take a look what happens on this play, and we'll try to think about what his position was. It's a run. Oh, it's no big deal. It's just a run. Where's the back judge?
Back of the end zone still.
Yeah. And where did the run end?
Goal line.
Yeah.
1 yard
So
line.
yeah, so
Yeah.
what you just said is beautiful. It's exactly what we want to see from our back judges. Not like this back judge, but we want to see back judges when they read run and it's any way threatening to the goal line, we have to be on the goal line. Now, I would say you don't need to be right in the middle in this play because if you're in the middle, you're a little close to the action.
Right.
Instead, you're going to want to probably move a little bit wider so you can look down the line and see whether or not the ball breaks the plane.
Okay.
You don't have to mark the ball, mark progress, or any of that. That is what the wing officials are doing. So you can see the wing at the bottom of the screen.
Yep.
When I got the scroll bar off. Um,
I saw him a second. Yeah, there he is.
yeah. So we can see here when these wings read run, they start moving downfield. They're starting to move, right? So
Yep.
as they go down the field, they're going to get where that run ended. And believe it or not, even though the run ends beyond them, as a wing official, you get really good at marking progress and you're going to make your way up there. Hopefully, you're hustling at this point because you you realize that this spot is going to be important for the next play. So you want
Yep.
to get the best spot you can, but I think we can tell that this runner is down at or about the 1 yard line,
Yep.
right? So as a back judge, once this play's over, you don't need to go and mark the spot. What you need to do is watch all these players. Watch for any late action, any personal fouls, any taunting action, and make sure that everybody gets up and they're okay as they move away. And that you can get the football and give the football back to the umpire. You can see the umpire is over here. He's hustling down to be able to spot the football.
Yep.
So he needs to get the football. So a lot of times back judges, if he was in position, he could have walked over and got the football and given it to the umpire. But then he has to get out because the next play, we're going to have first and goal from the 1, and he's going to need to be on the end line. And we're going to see a play a little bit later on where the back judge was not in position yet. He was slow to get there, and the play was snapped, and he was still moving. So it's important to get into position on time. So the rules are basically these. If the snap is between the 30 and the 15, you should really be starting on the goal line. If the snap is between the 15 and the 10, then you should be in the end zone in the middle, like it was on that 13-yard line play, and be able to move up if it's a run or if the receivers push you back, be able to cover the end line as well. But you have both lines. And then if the snap is inside the 10, the wing officials should have the goal line responsibility, and they're going to move to the goal line on the snap, but you would be on the end line and you can hold your position there. And of course, the back judge is still responsible for the clock. And in a 5-man crew, the back judge keeps track of that 40, 25-second play clock. So it's
Okay.
40 seconds or 25 seconds. If you don't have one of those ready ref boxes, the referee will give it to you if you're doing a varsity game. Otherwise, you should use your watch to keep
Okay.
track of those 25 or 40 seconds. And of course, you're counting defense. You should get that defense count early. And then finally, you're going to signal to the line judge. If there's 5 officials, the head linesman is not primary on counting anymore. He's going to be primary on working with the chain crew.
Okay.
So the line judge and the back judge become partners for counting.
All right.
All right. The next situation is after the huddle breaks, we go to the snap. We need to make sure that we note who the eligible receivers are. To illustrate this, I'll show this play, which is a motion play, because motion can change what our primary responsibility is. So I'll let these guys get up to the line of scrimmage. And we can see this is what we call a spread formation. It's what you
Yep.
talked about earlier. There's just one running back. We're in a shotgun formation. You can even see that the linemen are kind of in a V formation. And I'll talk a little bit more about the line position. That these linemen here, all the 5 of them, have to be on the line, and they're on the line if they're breaking the waist of the snapper with some part of their body. If you
Okay.
drew an imaginary line back. So we can't tell from this angle whether they're legal, but I can tell you that a lot of times they'll cheat. So I'm just moving my Zoom menu bar off to the side. Is it blocking the screen a little bit?
I can see.
Okay, good. All right. So what we have on top are three receivers, and on the bottom we just have one. And if you look carefully, this receiver at the bottom is in bump and run coverage.
Yep.
You can also see the receiver at the top is in bump and run coverage. So those receivers need to be watched as they release from the line of scrimmage to make sure they're not held and make sure
Okay.
they don't do anything like grab a face mask. So one official on the field is going to be primary on watching that action. So if there are more receivers on one side than the other, the back judge is going to favor that side. And that means that the wing on the bottom of the screen is going to be responsible for this receiver down here.
Okay.
Back judge is not going to help. But motion can change all that. So this receiver now just switched to the other side of the formation. Now we have 2 on this side and 2 on the other side. It's what we call a balance formation. So now the back judge is going to key on the bottom official side of the screen. And he's not going to be keying on the top, which means that now this wing official has more responsibility for this action here. So as a back judge, you're going to want to look at the receivers that are covered tightly. You don't really need to worry about receivers that are running in space. The same is true for wing officials. If you're responsible for a receiver primarily, you don't need to watch them carefully if the defenders are off of them, if they're not tightly covered. So let's just watch the setup to the play. And I'm going to tell you that it's really important for the wings to watch motion, because what can this motion man not do?
He cannot move forward before the snap.
That's right. So would you say that this receiver, while in motion, moves forward?
It was close. I'd have to see it again.
All right, we'll run it again.
And And
Yeah.
Max, I want you to know that in a game they will back that up for you too. So if you weren't sure, you can make that call correctly.
Yeah, he angled his body. He slightly angled his body forward, like before he got to the end of the tackle box.
It's true, but I just want to point
It
out,
wasn't blatant.
do you see that the ball is visible?
Oh yeah,
Let me see. Now, the ball's visible. So that means
I
it was
would have.
snapped before that point.
Yeah, I wouldn't have flagged it. I mean, because it wasn't clear cut. You know,
Yeah, and
the video.
this official down here did not flag it. So we can assume that he started angling up and he didn't do it until after the ball moved.
Mike, if I could jump in, I
Yep,
mean,
go ahead.
there's a philosophical question in what advantage did that receiver or that guy in motion get if he did turn up a hair early? Is that something that you would flag? Max says no. Is it something you would talk to the player later? Hey, don't turn up prior to the snap. Little things like that.
Yeah,
Could be also dependent upon. Yeah.
I think it's close enough that a talk to could be mandated here. I think I would talk to him, especially because he's going to be next to me when I mark the spot, since he did make the catch. But
He,
there's a reason I have this play. It was sent in by the coach.
he kind of bowed. You know, it was kind of like it's supposed to be like straight. You could go backwards, but it was a little bit of a slight bow, but definitely. But when he turned it upfield, it seemed like he was he was all right. I mean, the ball snapped,
And
and
I'm going to say what I told the coach. I told the coach that it's impossible to tell the moment that the ball actually started moving. It's very tight to when he started moving forward. But I would say even if he's moving forward only a hair, because he's getting right into this flat area where he's trying to get there quicker, he gains an advantage. I mean, he only really has a little bit of space. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of space. I mean, he has some space. He probably would have been open either way. But in this case, I think if he did start moving up even a hair, because he's the primary receiver, because he needs to get out into this area, because he has to get there fast, I think he did get a step by moving up. So if he started moving up even a hair before the snap moved, then I would say, yeah, that's a foul. That's enough.
yep,
And that's what I told the coach. I told the coach, I said, listen, we can't tell in this video when the snapper started moving the ball. We can go frame by frame, and I can tell you it's tight. It's tight. I mean, I can literally do that by dragging the bar. So, oh, it's not doing it for me, is it? Let me just click it. Let's see. Let me go over here. It's further. Okay, that's too far. Okay, so right now he's there, he's there, he's there. He's fine right now. And the quarterback claps right there. I can see the clap. So we go one more frame after the clap. Now he turns up. You can see the shoulders turn here. But it has his legs move forward. Here he's moving up for sure. But has the snap already started? It's hard to tell. That's maybe a frame early. You see what I
he's
mean,
still.
Max?
Yeah, he's actually still in the backfield at that point too.
Well, still in the backfield
But
is not the point. It's moving
right,
towards the line of scrimmage or not.
right,
So at this point, he's moving towards the line of scrimmage. I can see the ball's in the air. You go
yep,
back one frame, he started turning, the ball's in the air. I think we could argue that the center had already snapped the ball. So that's what I told the coach. That it's too tight to be able to determine from this video.
Did the other ref have a problem with thinking he was illegal motion? I
Um,
mean, did the other coach, were they complaining that?
the coach sent the defensive coach sent it in because this was a big first down. It kept a
Oh,
series going. It mattered that the team goes down and scores on this series. So, and they get a first down on this play. So
okay.
that's why the coach sent it in. It was a critical play. So the defensive coach called me and asked me to give my opinion on whether we got it right. And that is how I get a lot of my video. Coaches do send in video from time to time. Not all of my video. We do have video for all of our varsity games, and all the this is one of the only ones that I'm showing that was sent in.
That would have been a tough flag. It would have been like it really would have. I mean, I guess on the field, you'd probably the vantage point might. I don't know how much better it would get. You see everything from that video, but
Well, like I said, even one step forward when he's already in his pattern is enough to be a foul.
oh yeah, he got wide open. There was
Yes, he did.
he beat the defense to the spot, and if he had to
Yep.
do a hard turn instead of kind of bowing into it,
It would have been
it,
harder for him to get to that flat. That's right.
yeah,
And no doubt about it. All right. So again, this is kind of reiterating, but again, right leading up to the snap, we're maintaining our counts, maintaining the offensive line is in good formation. The tackles are up enough, and you have to watch that motion clearly.
yep,
All right. Now, the offensive line, to make them legal, you have to make sure that if they're close, you're not moving them. So you don't yell out, tackle, move up. Because if you do that, then they snap the ball while he's actually following your direction. It's a false start.
yep.
So you have to talk to them between plays. But let's look at this
Okay.
play and just see here whether this formation looks good. And again, I'm on the cloud, so okay. So before I play it, we can see here that the snap is at the 46-yard line. This is the
Yep.
snapper right here. Here is his waist, right where my mouse pointer is. Now, we're not looking straight down the line, but if you look carefully, you can see that this official over here is leaning a little bit. He's taking a look because he's concerned about this tackle right here. What about
Yeah.
this tackle right here? Is any part of him breaking the waist of the snapper? So that's an issue because
Yep.
if they're not, they're in the backfield, and we clearly have a lot of people in the backfield already. I've got 1, 2, 3 receivers up here. Are any of them on the line?
Uh, said the 46. No, they're off.
They
They're
look
off the
like they're
40 yard.
off. So we're asking them to communicate with us and say, hey, who's on? Who's on? I'm not moving them. I'm saying, who is on? And hopefully this middle guy will say, I'm on. So you put him on. Well, that means that the outside receiver is off, so we got to punch him back. This inside receiver is also off. We got to count him. And then the quarterback and the running back. We also have this receiver down here who's clearly on the line. So he could maybe teach his partner over there how to line up properly.
Yep.
But these tackles are also pushing it. So again, when we watch this play, if we're telling them to move up, they're all locked in. They're going to be false starting. So we should talk to them between plays. But this is the very next play. Again, the coach sent this in too. Very next play. All right. Have they fixed it?
You got
Are they better?
No, they
I
got a
think
good V. They got a good V going. Whether that tackle gets his that tackle's helmet's probably not going to get to the waist
No,
of the.
I don't think so. So again, if they let the first play go, okay, we should talk to them though. But these receivers are egregiously, I think, off the line. And if we're not punching back, that means we're ruling them on the line. So this official up here is ruling this guy on the line. Okay, fine. Well, that means this guy's on the line too, right? If this guy's on the line, then so is this guy.
Yeah,
Now, how many backs do they have if both of these guys are on?
two.
They only
three.
have these two, but they also have the slot.
Uh, where's this?
This guy,
Oh, I didn't. Is there a back by the quarterback?
yep, there's a back by the quarterback. You can see him
Oh,
kind
I
of
didn't see that.
crouching.
Oh, so I would have said three. All right.
Yeah, three. And then
Yeah.
look, there's a lot of receivers in a pattern. They make a catch. It's a big play. And all because we didn't handle the formation. We didn't deal with the formation properly on the previous play. We allow them to get away with very sloppy formation. And at the very least, this receiver here, if we're ruling that wide receiver on the line, then this receiver here is illegally downfield
And the
because he was
tackles.
covered. He was
The,
covered.
the
In the
tackles get a big
tackles,
advantage. Big
yeah,
advantage pushing their guy outward.
that is a huge point. Yeah, beautiful again, Max. I can't say enough about how much you're picking up on this. Yeah, that's the reason why we make the tackles be on the line because they get a huge advantage. They get an extra step in advance to get that pocket protected to let the quarterback have time. So,
Yeah.
on this
Like,
one, I would say that these wings do a nice job of holding their position, even though they read pass.
who's downfield now? You said there's a legal man
Oh,
downfield as well.
yeah, that's a good point. I'm glad you said so. So I think that if the top receiver at the top is on the line, now again,
Oh yeah.
he pointed back, but he's got to give me more separation. And if we looked at the last play, all three of these receivers were not well separated. So this guy has a really nice, what I call a stagger. And I'll yell
Yep.
out to them, hey, give me more of a stagger. Now, this is play 9 of the game. The previous play I showed you was play number 8. So it's probably their first offensive series. You can
Yep.
nip this in the bud by talking to them in pregame, making sure they understand what your expectations are, communicating with them, right? It's great that this guy points that he's back. I didn't see any signal from the guy on the top. So if we have a flag for illegal formation for 5 in the backfield, just for these 3 receivers and the 2 backs, that's on him for not communicating with me. And the coach should chew him out, rightfully so, because it just took a big play off of them. But
Yeah.
this
That
official up here is not punching. He's
that
not
inside
punching back.
receiver is equal to that tackle basically on the other side.
They're similar, right? They're
Yeah.
similar. So the point is, I think the coach was right to point this out. That we need to do better, especially if it's play after play. The first time, go talk to them, get them to move up. The second time, they've got no excuse. They got to fix it.
Yep.
And you can see here, we have a big play,
Right.
right? And they gain some advantage. This guy's gaining an advantage too. Do you know what that advantage is? Let me move this out of the way. What
Which
advantage does
guy?
he get, the receiver on the top of the screen, by being further back?
What advantage does he get by being further back?
Hmm. He does get an advantage. Just watch how the play goes. Do you see he's covered?
Yeah.
Yeah, but is the guy able to bump him?
No. Oh yeah. He's able to. If he was on the line of scrimmage, yeah, he wouldn't be able to wiggle out of. I mean, shimmy through that so quick.
Yeah, he gets a free release.
Yeah.
So again, there's a reason for the formation rules. There's a reason we count only four in the backfield, and these guys are varsity players. They should clean it up. I mean, I would
Yep.
say you give the JV and the freshmen and the youth players a little more latitude. An offense like this that has a five receivers in a pattern every play, and they're running a kind of a West Coast offense. They should get a lot less leeway from us.
Right.
We
Yeah.
need to clean that. We need to clean that up.
Yeah, because that's day one stuff. They should be, you know what I mean, as
Mhm.
far as where they're supposed to be lined up.
Yeah, exactly right. Oh, yeah. Oh, what's it doing? What's it doing? All right. Well, we'll move on to a few more plays because again, I do think that plays make a lot more sense when we talk about all these words here. But again, we're talking about legal motion. We're talking about whether the penalty is an encroachment or a false start. It's a dead ball. So that means we have to flag and whistle. Sometimes the words we use are blow and throw. And then there are times when, like motion or formation fouls, we let the play run. And again,
Okay.
substitution could be dead ball or it could be live ball, depending on the situation. So if it's a dead,
Defensive encroachment is a dead ball. No free
it
play.
is no free
Okay.
play on no free play. No, the
All
only
right.
free play in high school football is the substitution rules,
Okay.
for at least free for the offense. They formation and illegal motion are also and illegal shift are also live ball fouls. So you let the play go, but it's penalized from the line of scrimmage.
Okay.
All right, so let's look at the first play. And actually, I'm going to just check my sharing and make sure. Yep, it is. Okay, good. Making sure it's shared for video and audio. I don't know if we have any audio. Can you hear any audio from the play?
I did not hear audio from the play.
Hmm.
Was there a whistle?
There was, but there's also a lot of people in the stands. I just think it's entertaining. But anyway, I'll look at the play again. You see it's close, right? Lots of guys are
Neutral
moving.
zone.
Offense moves, defense moves, right?
Yeah, from that.
Well, we're going to see a replay. But I first want to point out we had we had flags for multiple officials here.
Ooh.
That was close, right? I'll
Yeah.
go back again. Watch it again.
Yeah, that tackle lifted out of his position.
He
I didn't notice that
does.
at first.
That's right. That's the other thing. Brian pointed it out earlier. We're not going to get to replay it. So we have to be really tight on these situations. We have to be watching our half of the line of scrimmage as a wing official. You have to see the snap. You also have to see the guard and the tackle. So in this case, this is the right guard lifts out of his stance. All right, now I'm actually the official on the top of the screen, and I threw my flag, and I'll go back to the beginning so we can see the flag tosses. I throw my flag, and the wing on the bottom of the screen also throw his flag, and the umpire even throws a flag. So we have three different officials throw a flag, and you can see what we do when we have multiple flags down. We stop the clock, and then we get together,
Yep.
right?
I like that there's three. That way that if you're going to vote, somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose.
Exactly. Now the referee did not throw a flag, but he's coming in because he's got some information that he's going to share with us as well. Because he was watching the quarterback. We don't watch the quarterback, but the referee does. And the quarterback does something really interesting. So here's the quarterback. He does a clap cadence. Watch what he does. You see that?
Hard count.
He does a hard count, but he doesn't just yell. He moves his upper body in a
Yeah.
brisk motion and fake claps hard.
That's a great clip there. I like that.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. So we get together, we discuss, and then false start
On
on
the
the
quarterback?
quarterback. That's right.
All right.
And this is why we don't throw our flag in the direction of the foul. Throw
Throw it
it
up in the
straight
air.
up. And I
Yeah, all right.
learned from this play, because I'm the wing on this side. This is a few years ago. I learned from this play that I should not throw my flag towards the defense because I think it's encroachment, or towards the offense because I think it's false start. Because when there's multiple flags down, it could end up not being what I think it is.
Okay.
Can I ask this? It looks like
Yeah.
your head linesman throws his flag into the defense backfield, where I would think that he would at least be visible or seeing that guard or tackle moving early, and that might be his call. So again, I'm not sure why he threw it one way or the other.
He thought the defense got into the neutral zone before the guard lifted.
Okay.
So the umpire had the guard lift, and he's like, I had the guard come out of his stance. And then the wing on the bottom of the screen said, oh, I had the defender in the neutral zone before he lifted. And if you look carefully, it's close. I mean, he's in the neutral zone now. He's already lifted. Let me go back. Oh, maybe. Hold on. Let me go back. Okay, he's in his stance. In his stance. In his stance. The guy's coming. So I'll let it play. It's close, right? It's
Yeah.
close, but that's why we get paid the big bucks. So
Yeah.
he put it on the defense because he saw the defense coming forward. He thought he broke the plane of the neutral zone. And when we discussed, that offensive lineman obviously was responding to the defender coming forward. That was an argument that he made. I had a flag because on the other side of the line of scrimmage, another lineman on the defense got in the neutral zone. And then the referee overruled all of us and said, all of this started because of the hard count, and the quarterback really moved his body. I was going to talk to him. He said I was going to warn him to knock that off, but it's 3rd and 1. So why do you think the offense quarterback did a hard count in that situation?
Yeah. They were trying to get the first down through a offside.
That's right.
Coach.
That's right. So he did a
Yeah.
very jerky motion to try to generate a first down. So the referee was confident that this is really a false start. And the number that it would go, if there was a foul report, the number would be the quarterback.
You know,
So all,
you kind of set me up in that when we were talking about false starts and encroachment. So I am totally focused as a wing would be down the line of scrimmage, and so I didn't see that quarterback at all. So as I saw the referee coming up, I was going to actually comment, let those three make their decisions, stay out of that unless you have some input, which at that point I didn't realize. So that's a great play.
yeah, I really do like that play. I had to dig for it today because my PowerPoint got destroyed and I had to make a new one. But I found it. So I'm very glad that I was able to get that play in. So let me go back and share my screen again. And again, you have access to those plays too, Brian, if you want them, because I sent you the slides.
Okay,
You
cool.
can
Thank you.
you can follow the link and use it if you want.
I might snag that one for tonight.
Yeah, so the Alaskan officials, they're doing a similar clinic, only this is for veteran officials, right?
It's anybody that I can get to show up. So I'm offering pizza. If you're looking for some
Nice.
pizza tonight, come on over.
Yeah. All right, so we get another tight. Is it false start? Is it encroachment? All right, we got the linemen. They're going to do something, and the defense is going to jump in the neutral zone. Clearly, they're deep in the neutral zone. So we have a rule in Rule 7, and that is that the offense may not do quick, sudden shifts that are designed to cause the defense to encroach. So would
Yep.
you say that this motion by the offensive line is designed to create encroachment?
I think that a couple of them, the lineman put his hand down. The lineman towards us, he was in a set. Nobody else put their. It was like he put his hand down before.
No, everybody
That's a
does.
moment.
Everybody does. Everybody but the snapper has their hands on their knees. And then they all snap down
And
in unison.
oh, uh,
All
and
four of them do it together. They're all on hands
prior
on
to that,
knees.
were they going to a 3-point stance prior to that?
No, they had a 2-point stance at this point, bent over. So the only thing they need to do now is put their hand down, which they're allowed to do, but they do it
Yeah,
in this coordinated fashion.
yeah, and I don't know. Obviously, they had that up their sleeve,
Oh
and
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if that just because you use deception doesn't necessarily break a rule, unless you might have just said it. You can't deceive to get someone to draw offside, but it looks
right.
like the play design was, they the
You
first
could,
movement the first movement had them jumping. So
yeah, it did. So you might think that it is second down and long.
okay,
So we're going to put this on the defense. And we do. We put it on the defense, walk off the penalty, line them all up, right? All right. Well, we'll
yep,
see. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We got an officials timeout. Let's get together. Let's discuss this. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. Here comes the back judge. Oh, we got a lot of conversation now. I was the back judge in this play. So why do you think that we had that long conversation right there?
because that's not a common rule that that it's it's a foul to use deception to draw the other team offside.
To use a sudden
I
shift to draw them offside, yeah. A sudden
A sudden
coordinated
shift. All
motion.
right, so it's not
Yeah.
deception.
It is.
All
We
No,
right,
we have
and
we
design.
have
It
a
is deception. But
we
deception
have
is
a
legal
team.
in the game normally, but not all
right,
deception is legal.
yeah,
Go ahead, Brian. I'm sorry. You were going to say.
okay,
We yeah no no we have a team that they will come up and approach the ball, and the snapper won't put his hands on the ball, but they will shift 10 guys. And during that shift, the snapper will put his hands, but they'll shift from one to the other. And it has taken us at least 2 years to work with this coach to get him to modify the shift so that it is purposeful, it is slow with intent to move from one place to another, and it doesn't have the appearance of simulating the snap. But it's
Hmm.
taken us a long time of coaching the coach how to coach his players to do it correctly.
Right. And now this team, we only see them when they're home. We don't see them on the road. This was week 3. I think it was their first home game. So our association only works them when they're home. So we didn't have any video on them yet. So we didn't get a chance to discuss it in pregame. They didn't tell us. So what we did was we both wings conferred with the referee and myself, and they made sure they told the coach, "Hey, listen, coach, you can't do that motion to simulate to create an off to create encroachment. You can't do that
yep,
coordinated shift anymore. Um, we're gonna watch it. The defense also sees it, and now they're probably not going to be fooled again. But if you do that on 4th and 4, coach, it's going to be on you.
okay,
So, but that's all you can do in the middle of the game when they surprise you like that. Sometimes it's clean cut like that quarterback. But on 2nd and 11, I can say we didn't expect it. It took us by surprise. But they did turn a 2nd and 11 to a 2nd and 6. Do you think that gives them an advantage?
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, it does. It changes a lot of things. So
Yep.
yeah, it was worth talking to them again. We're in the second quarter. They hadn't done it all game. Oh, it looks like it says it's 2nd and 20 or 2nd and 21. So they made it 2nd and 16.
They took half a penalty away or half a loss
Yeah.
away. Yeah.
Yeah,
Manageable.
more
Yeah.
manageable. That's all it is. So in any case, it's something that I want to talk to the coach and let him know that, that in the future, coach, make those shifts more deliberate.
What would the penalty be? Illegal
False
shift?
start. It's just a false start.
All right.
All right. Now, speaking of illegal shift, we'll see one here. And we'll see that again. So getting into your stance is a shift. And if you want to go in motion, you have to wait until all 11 players are set before you go in motion. So let's take a look at the beginning of this play. You're going to see a wing official go in motion, and you're going to see a lineman get set near that motion guy. This camera moves a little bit, but we'll watch it again. There's a pencil over here. I don't know what this pencil's doing here. I'll just use that button. Okay, watch the play again. Now, would you say all 11 players were set before he went in motion?
Looked like the back was a little bit slow to get down.
Yeah, exactly right. Now, was this a long play, like a big play?
Huge.
Yeah, and you see that the official who threw the flag, he's down there. So we did have a penalty flag on this. And then watch what happens on this illegal shift. He's slow to get down. He goes in motion. We got an illegal shift. Here's the flag. And then a long play, and that official has to move. And he has to get all the way down, kill the clock, and mark the progress spot. So he's explaining to the umpire, I've got an illegal shift back there. Another official marked the end of the run, but we know this play is coming back.
Yep.
So that was a slow motion replay. I used to do that with all my videos. So you can see that wing goes in motion before everyone's set.
Is there 1,001?
Yeah, it's got to be 1 second by rule, but really we just make sure there's a clear beat. Okay. Everyone is set, and then you go in motion.
All right.
So this is an example. Mike, go ahead.
I've got to take off, so I appreciate the time, and I'll look for your recording a bit later. But thank you.
Oh, of course, my pleasure. Thanks, Brian.
All right, we'll talk to you again soon.
Yep, nice to meet you, Brian.
Yep, nice to meet you, Max.
Right.
All right, bye-bye.
All right. I accidentally stopped sharing when he said that.
Sure.
All right, so we probably have time for slide.
I can still hear you.
Oh yeah, I just mean we have time for one more slide.
Oh, okay.
Again, live ball fouls, like motion, like illegal motion, illegal shift, illegal formation. You have to officiate the play, so you can't admire your flag. You can't stay at the line of scrimmage. You got to move. And
yep.
So the way that we indicate that we had a foul all the way back there, something called a funny whistle. And all that just means is instead of just blowing a whistle to end the play, we go tweet, tweet, tweet. Like
okay.
That. So when we blow the whistle, tweet, tweet, tweet like that, then what the result of that is the everybody on the crew knows that you have something. It could be an
Yep.
injured player, but oftentimes it's because there was a flag on the play. So everybody kind of freezes in what they're doing. They don't get the next play started until the penalty report can happen.
Okay.
So it's important to learn that mechanic as an official, that funny whistle will tell everybody
Yeah,
that we had
chain
something.
gang. Don't take off down the field.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, in this situation, we have an illegal formation that's going to be thrown as a flag. The official on the bottom of the screen has this guy at the bottom on the line,
Yep.
and then this guy in the backfield. And we can see
Right.
we have a quarterback who's a deep shotgun, and then we have a running back behind him.
Yep.
Now, on the opposite side of the screen, you can see two receivers, and this wing official over here is punching back right now. So you can't tell, but because of the quality of the camera and the white uniforms behind it, but he's actually holding two fingers, kind of like a U shape. So the little
Okay.
finger and the index finger, and he gives a little wave so his partner can see it to let him know that hey, both of these receivers are back. Both the outside and the next one in are both back. That tells the official on the bottom of the screen that, oh, I need to count those two guys up there too. And then what you should have on this is two flags. Now we end up with a catch for a first down. And I'm not going to tell you again, I'll tell you again that this official down here at the bottom of the screen is old school. He takes off right away because it's fourth down. So he knows that they have to get a first down. So he actually ran down 5 yards right off the snap so he could be able to see whether they got the line to gain.
Okay.
You don't need to do that in this situation. I would still say hold the line, be consistent. There's very rarely should you go off script in that sense. But this
Okay.
official down at the bottom of the screen doesn't usually work wing. He usually works umpire. So
Right.
he's working out of position, but it's so important to know all the positions. I can tell you that this back judge, he's got decent distance. We're at the 37, so he's back here at about, it looks like the 20. So he's backing up into position. So he's probably going to get to 20 when the snap occurs.
Yep.
So they had 5 in the backfield again. This guy in the middle was tightly covered. So the back judge is transitioning and probably watching this, might be watching this action over here as well. The wing officials, their receivers are really in space. So they really don't need to focus on them too much. They can look a little bit longer at the blocking. But in any case, we had 5 in the backfield, so we have to throw a flag. And he does. He throws his flag, and then he lets everybody release. Now he does start to move downfield, but there's nobody in the area. All of the eligible receivers have either gone downfield or stayed in the block. So he starts to take a peek and starts to move down forward field as well. Now, why do you think it's okay to let the play go when it's an illegal formation?
Could be a loss on the play. It could be a turnover.
That's true. And all
So
that's true. There's one other factor, though. Can the offense fix it before they snap it?
the kid could have stepped up to the line of scrimmage. Yeah.
That's right. So we can't flag it and kill it. It's not like a false start, where it's awkward and you know what I mean, that it's you got all this action, the ball's not been snapped yet. In this case, the ball's been snapped, people are moving on time, so it's not like dangerous to play, but it is an advantage, especially for the inside receiver who got a free release and ended up making the catch.
Okay.
Right? So
Yep.
it was an advantage for him to do that. All right, so oh, I did that again. So let me go back here and let me just hit the arrow button. Okay. So after the snap, we've already watched some plays run. Now we have to look at some blocks, personal fouls. I want to show some of those so you can see scrimmage plays. It's really 15 seconds, up to 15 seconds of a lot of action with around 25 to 40 seconds of all of the stuff I taught you in the previous slides. So
Okay.
this is kind of what people think about when they think about action in football. So we're going to see a running play. Actually, it's a pass play, a short pass play, and a block right there. See that block?
Yeah.
Okay, and the umpire threw a penalty flag. And I'll move back so we can watch it again. All right.
Yeah.
So that foul is what we call a blindside block. And it's an illegal blindside block because while it was from the blind side, it wasn't a legal block because he didn't use open hands. He didn't screen block. He hit forcibly and he lowered the shoulder.
Okay. So it
So
wasn't
that,
the fact that he was behind him because he got his helmet in
no,
front. It was
right.
the fact that he laid into kind of I forget what the word is, but
A
the
forcible hit.
forcible hit. All right.
Mm-hmm. It's a forcible
Blind.
hit from outside the vision of the guy getting blocked.
Okay. So he could have did a screen and it would have been legal.
Yep. He could have done a screen block, exactly. He could have used open hands. He could have pushed.
Okay.
But what he did was he kind of redirected his direction and he ran forward right into him, hitting him right from the blind side and forcibly knocked him off his feet.
So that's a
Now what's
15
gonna
yarder from the
That's a
spot of the
15
foul.
yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Exactly. Now what is going to happen? This is a long video. We're going to wave the flag off because two other officials talked the umpire out of his flag. But it was a good flag that he picked up. So I'm going to tell you that this umpire does lack confidence. That really hurts his standing. It's one of the reasons why we don't let him work a lot of playoff games. And that's because he doesn't stand behind his flag. And you really do need to stand behind your flag.
Yep.
I mean, he's gotten better. I mean, this play was a good teaching moment for him. And interestingly, the wing official here and the back judge, who both talk him off of that, neither one of them officiate with us anymore. So
Sure.
even though they had strong opinions, um, officiating isn't for everybody.
Right.
So one thing about this guy, one of the reasons that I think he missed it, didn't see it well, is because he was moving all the time. And you can see at the moment the block occurs, he is directly in line with the runner and the block. You could draw a line right from his eyes through the runner into the block. So he argued that the blocker did use open hands, but he actually didn't see it.
Okay.
The back judge argued that it wasn't forcible enough. But clearly it is. If you look here, he comes in and hits him hard enough that their helmets come together. And that's the reason for the blindside block rule, really. There were too many head injuries.
Yep.
It's not targeting him because he's not aiming at the head. But when you get in that close to the body, you hit him forcibly, the helmets collide.
Yep.
So this should have been, it should have stayed. We shouldn't have picked this flag up. This is one of those that you need to stay with. Let's go to the next play. This is Griswold. They just got a new coach. They had Wilcox for years.
Yeah. I think a few of them.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you see that play.
Yeah.
This should really draw 3 flags. This is a defenseless receiver in the act of trying to make a catch, and there's only three ways you're allowed to hit a defensive receiver as a defender. One, you can make a bona fide attempt at the football. Two, you could use open hands and push, just like blocking from the blind side. Or three, you could wrap up and do a wrap type tackle. Now here comes the Griswold player. Is he going to do any of those three things?
Oh, he upends him.
No. So he should have used open hands if he wanted to push him. He should have used wrap type tackle to bring him to the ground more safely. In fact, because he hit him like this, the guy goes head over heels and lands right on his head. And he was down on the field for at least 15 minutes.
Wow.
And there was no penalty flag. So it was 2023. I would say that the rule was newer. And I know Griswold was particularly responsible for many of the video plays that we had for those because of the way they were coaching. Not
Yeah,
that they had always coached their players to hit receivers that way. And when the rule changed, they changed a little bit later. Go on.
I was gonna say like the open hand rules and the
Mhm.
blind side rules, they sound like they're some newly implemented. And I don't know if these kids
They
have
are.
even been I don't know if they've even been coached any of this yet. You know what I mean?
Well,
I hope they learn it. I
well,
hope they learn what they can and can't do.
well. We made the rule. The rule change happened in 2019,
Okay.
and so we've had 6 years, 6 seasons since then, with a COVID year, right, where we didn't really play. But other than that, we had 6 seasons played with this rule. I can say that no one playing high school football today has not been playing with that rule enforced. So we don't see those plays that often. And frankly, in 2023, it was just Griswold.
Yeah.
Everybody else had kind of stopped. So, we have other plays too from other schools, but you can see this one's from 2019. And we're going to have an interception. Interceptions are when we need to really open our eyes and be really clear and look for people running the opposite way. And you're going to see a guy go against the grain right in this area here during the return. This guy's going to turn, he's going to go back, he's going to hit somebody.
Yep.
Now, would you say that was forcible?
The guy didn't even go to the ground. It looked like it was maybe he didn't get in front of the block. He kind of hit him from the back, but wasn't necessarily. It was an attempt to be forcible. He just didn't have any power behind it.
Right. He wasn't really running at him.
Yeah, he just gave
He
him a
was
nudge.
he kind of gave him a nudge, and he did a good job in getting him off the runner.
Okay.
But we are going to flag this for a block in the back.
All right.
So let's just take a look at it because I want to talk a little bit about block in the back. I'll try to freeze it right. Oh, I missed it. Try to freeze it right on the point of contact. It's not working.
Yeah, he hit him in the back of the shoulder pad.
Ah, that's the key. The shoulder pad is not the back. You have to hit between the shoulders to be a block in the back, where the numbers are on the jersey. So if you hit any part of the shoulder pad, it's legal.
Okay.
It could be an illegal blindside block, but it's not in the back, it's from the side. That makes sense?
Could be. Yeah, it does. Yep. So a block in the back is a block in the back, not
Yes.
like a shoulder pad block from the side.
Hmm.
So yeah, that was definitely blind side, I think, but it
It
wasn't.
was, but it was
Uh,
legal from a blindside perspective, I would argue.
okay. All right.
But
So
from
did
a
a
block
did
in the back perspective, I don't think it was a block in the back.
so
So
did the interception stay where it was, or did it get called back at that spot?
Well, we did push it back. We let them keep the ball.
Yep.
There was a flag, and the flag came from the wing official. But I just want to think about who's all on the field. So I've got an umpire right here.
Yep.
It might seem like he's in the best place to see it, but he's actually pretty close. If you look here, the umpire's here, the block happens right there. He probably doesn't have a good look because the runner crosses right in front of it.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the wing official who threw the flag has a clear lane and an area to see it. So he sees it. There's one other official who has a clear view of it, and that's the back judge. The back judge is well back from this, which means he has a wider view.
Yep.
So what you're going to see when we let this play run is that there is the back judge, the tall guy here is the back judge. He's in on the conversation. He's got information. So the back judge is coming in and he's saying, I had that as from the side. What did you have? And the wing official is going to say, no, no, no. It was from the back. I had it from the side. No, I really had it from the side. No, it was from the back. Now, I didn't throw the flag, so my job is just to provide the information. I'm not going to take the flag away like we saw in that other play,
Right.
right? Where I came in and gave information where I didn't think it was a foul, and I give the reason why I didn't think it was a foul. Well, the official who threw the flag stayed with it. Said, no, 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 I disagree. It was from the back. So I went, after I made my information plain, I went back to my position. And you can see here that they're going to give the referee is going to give the signal. You know, we're walking off the penalty from the spot of the foul. There's an illegal block in the back on the defense, but they're going to keep the ball. It'll be 1st and 10.
Right.
So there's two reasons to show you this play. One is that, you know, sometimes we're wrong. We get together, we try to share information. It's also the crew concept is really important. Now we're switching sides. So the back judge has to hustle to get to the other side. The umpire and the referee have to switch sides. So because it's a change of possession.
Okay.
But the wings more or less stay there. So now it's going to be 1st down, right? So now we have to get the chains correct. And look, they're having a discussion. Why do you think they're having a discussion right now? The way is
Spot of the ball.
after. Yeah, exactly. So the foul happens right there at the 38-yard line. So they really should go 10 yards back from there to the 48. And if you
Yep.
look, the wing official is being very clear. It's at the 48. Very clear. So he fixed
Yep.
the spot. He's fixed the spot, and it's still going to be 1st and 10. So I think originally he didn't go far enough, and then the because penalty enforcement is not just the umpire; it's the wings and the umpire together. So
Okay.
everyone has to know where are we enforcing this foul from, and where are we going to. And blocking the back is a 10-yard penalty. And you'll learn all the penalty rules over time. You know, they take a while to learn them all. But since you've worked on the chains and you've moved with penalty enforcement, you probably have learned quite a few.
Yeah.
The enforcement.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So that's basically my presentation for today. Thanks for being on here with me, Max. It makes such a big difference to have the ability to go back and forth and ask questions and for you to answer them. And you did such a beautiful job. I'm really impressed with your football knowledge and your football sense. So I really do look forward to working with you this season.